Hello everybody, it's me, your good friend Sparky, and welcome to Snowflake Lake in the Mario Party 6 CPU Tournament Preliminary Rounds. Want to hear about this board? I sure do. Snowflake Lake doesn't have a star space. Each player starts with 5 stars instead. You'll have to sick Chain Chomps on your rivals to take their stars. It'll cost you 20 coins to ride a Chain Chomp however many spaces you get with a dice block. When you ride a Chain Chomp, you'll steal a star from any rival you pass. You gotta get out of there and ride those vicious Chain Chomps to victory. So yeah, Snowflake Lake has very, very different rules when compared to the other boards so far. Another reason why I wanted this to the rankings to just be based on placement rather than collecting stars and things like that. Because not everybody's going to get a chance to come to Snowflake Lake and partake in 5 free stars at the beginning of the game, you know? Anyway, let's introduce this round's competitors. First up is Daisy. Second is Wario. Third is Yoshi in his final preliminary round. And fourth is Waluigi, rotating in, and we'll see Princess Peach again later. All of you get 10 coins to start with. And of course, like he said, 5 stars. Alright, let's party! And of course, once it gets around to Yoshi's turn, I'll go ahead and show off the board a little bit. Daisy gets herself a mushroom orb, and loses 3 coins. Wario, rolling a 5. Choosing to head up this way towards the center, getting a blue space. And now, finally I'm playing as Yoshi, if even for a brief moment. Snowflake Lake, yeah, it's definitely a bit of a thing. It's quite the different beast than the other Mario Party boards. In the past or in the future, though I'm pretty sure there's a board in Mario Party 7 which pretty much copies the rules of this board exactly, right down to riding Chain Chomps around. Let's see. Of course, an important detail is the Chain Chomp houses here. Like he said, you gotta pay 20 coins to ride the Chain Chomp, and then the Chain Chomp will lead you around the board, and you get to steal stars from whoever's in front of you. Though, an important note is that once you talk to a Chain Chomp, it interrupts your existing dice roll, I believe. So, once you're done riding the Chain Chomp, you won't be able to continue on with your turn. So if you roll a 10 right in front of the Chain Chomp house right here, and then you decide to ride the Chain Chomp, the rest of your dice roll, your entire 10 spaces, goes away, more or less. And there's several of those scattered around the board. Another one up here. Over this way. Ooh, very cool Mario ice sculpture. And a penguin! Another Chain Chomp house over here. And one more down here. And the other kind of important feature of, I'd say, the board would be the center area here, which has a bit of a frozen lake with a giant cow skeleton under the water? I don't know what that is. This is basically for collecting coins and things like that, and the event changes depending on the time of day. And important to know, I do not believe Chain Chomps can go into the center of the board. They can only go around the edges. At least to the best of my knowledge, I could be wrong. So, if you want to escape from the Chain Chomp madness, heading to the center is usually a good idea. Anyway, though, we'll go ahead and set Yoshi to a computer player and get this party started. There we go. Hey, Yoshi, rolling a 2. Not the most impressive rolls to start off the game with. Well, Waluigi gets a 4. Getting a Super Shroom orb, heck yeah. And landed on that red space with Daisy, meaning our first minigame of this round is going to be 2v2. Let's see what we get. Pixel Perfect is our next mini-game. In this mini-game, players have a series of panels below them that they need to ground pound on to change their color to match the picture up in the center. And you have to really be careful and try to coordinate with your teammate, because you can accidentally end up stomping on them and interrupting moves, and you can accidentally bounce off of them and ground pound the wrong panel. And yeah, the computer doesn't really seem to get along with each other on this minigame. Waluigi and Daisy kind of getting stuck on one another. It's important to pay attention to the panels that you do and don't have to change. Yeah, guys. Jeez. I just saw them, like, I don't even know what was happening on Wario and Yoshi's side. They were just, like, bouncing off of one another, and it was just really awkward to look at. But, yeah. The AI is really bad at that game, but they usually manage to finish it in time, so... They're bad in the sense that they don't work very well together, let's say. Daisy, using her mushroom, can't afford the Chain Chomp, unfortunately, but there's nobody in front of her to go after anyway. Buying another mushroom orb. Okay. Losing more money. Daisy has basically successfully just lost coins consistently as this game has gone on. Not the most impressive showing on her part. Yoshi heading up here and heading off, almost landing on a Donkey Kong space. Waluigi using his Super Shroom Orb. Five, and a 3. Almost a triple fives. Not enough coins for the Chain Chomp, but that's alright too. Let's see what we get. Waluigi with a red space. Not great, meaning we've got another 2v2 minigame. Let's see, we got Gondola Glide as our next minigame. Okay. In this minigame, you are on a gondola of sorts, I guess, hurtling through the sky with your teammate. As you pass through these stargates, you have to hit the appropriate button that they show to pump your gondola's handle and make it go fast across the course. I can only switch between the A and the B button, so you won't get tripped up by, like, an X button or something like that along the way. And first one to the end wins. Very notably, the computer player cannot set records in this game. So my records that I have barely touched are intact. Let's see, Daisy. Well, she got Mushroom Orb with a coin inside. Okay. Let's see if she can land on another red space this turn. Once again, she won't be able to afford a Chain Chomp. A ride on a Chain Chomp. Okay. And we got Wackas on the board. Very cool. And again, can't ride the Chain Chomp. It's fine though. Mario with a 6. Heading out this way. Next up, Yoshi. With a 2. Not much progress there. And Waluigi ending the turn. Getting a 6. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, coolio. And it seems like it's time for a battle minigame. Didn't get one in the last round, I don't think, so it's only appropriate here. A 30 coin battle. Nobody even has 30 coins. So it's taken everybody's money and is going to distribute it basically to the top couple of players. Let's see, what are they voting on this time? We're playing Strawberry Short Fuse once again. And important to note, much like in Mario Party 5, when you're voting on duel minigames, which duel minigame you end up going to, if it's an even split, like 2 people vote for one and 2 people vote for the other, then the minigame that nobody picked will be the one you play. This one got the majority vote. And Wario got cake. Yum. I wish I had cake. That sounds good right now. And yeah, I think it only goes like 5 rounds at the maximum. No, I'm trying to, and that's wrong. I'm trying to figure out what the lights in the background are. They indicate something. Like, it indicates how many pieces of cake were picked, I guess? Yes, yes it does, actually. I'm paying more closer attention to it. It tells you approximately how many slices of cake are left. And it increases the chances of you getting blown up. Daisy wins that battle minigame, getting all of the coins to herself, pretty much. Well, Wario and Waluigi get a few. Yeah, look at that. 64 coins! Everybody celebrate. Yay! Good job, Daisy. I'm proud of you. And now it is nighttime. Snow has covered the lake, and freezies are blocking the entrances to the middle of the board. Meaning, you don't have much of a choice but to stick around the outside of things. And also, at night, there is a very specific change that is very important to proceeding around this board. Daisy rolling a 17, we might be able to see it here. Oh, you can still get in the middle if you pay Womp there. Talking to Chain Chomp. At night, you had to decide how many dice blocks you want to roll with Chain Chomp. You can pay him 10 coins per dice block instead of the standard 1 dice block for 20. So at night, it definitely is a lot more affordable and a lot more likely you're going to go around the board and get some stars. Oh, but Daisy ends up missing Wario by 1 space. Unfortunate, that. So yeah, much like on Fair Square, getting stars sometimes is way easier to do at night. But hey, we're dueling. Wario is dueling Yoshi for a star. The duel mini-games definitely do shake things up a little more in this particular map, because everybody does start with a star. And hey, we're playing Trick or Trees. I don't think I saw this one while I was preparing for the tournament. But I think, essentially, you just have to guess which tree is the tallest. If I remember correctly. Don't think there's really that much of an indication, other than kind of trying to keep track of them. There we go. Whoever goes the highest is the winner, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't necessarily have to be the tallest. But Yoshi ends up winning that. Winning the duel and getting himself a star. But yeah, since everybody starts with stars, duels are typically going to take place over stars much more frequently than on other boards. Yoshi with a 3, heading back out into kind of the danger zone here. He doesn't have any coins, so he can't afford a Chain Chomp. And Waluigi's turn. There we go. Let it out of blue space. And another 2 versus 2 minigame. How about that? We've got Jump the Gun as our next minigame. In this minigame, one player fires a cannon. He doesn't fire cannons, he fires a cannon full of bullet bills at targets that form a path across the sky. Essentially, you need to build a bridge forward that your partner can jump across and eventually end up reaching the end. So you've got to kind of space out the bullets so they're in positions where your partner can jump across easy enough without missing their missing their landing. And Daisy and Waluigi end up finishing ahead of the other two. Very cool, very cool. I also don't think you can intentionally shoot your partner with the bullet bills. I could be wrong. Daisy had ended up picking up a Twister Orb at some point. I also forget what that does. It was on screen, but I'm usually so busy talking about other things that I don't have the opportunity to actually, like, pay attention to and see what it says things do right at the bottom of the screen there. Wario getting a Super Shroom Orb and going to Chain Chomp. Only has enough for 2 dice blocks, but if he rolls high enough, yeah, that 9's gonna be a little interesting to work with. But he does make it to Waluigi, stealing a star from him. But now Wario is directly in front of another Chain Chomp house, so you can kind of see how things are going to be going at the end of this turn here. Let's see, Yoshi rolling low. And Waluigi's turn. Rolling a 5. And, yeah. He can only afford 1 dice block, but it's not like he has to go far. And he even rolled a 1. Yep. Steals his star right back. This board is essentially funny when you're doing a tag match with a partner, because you can end up stealing stars from your partner, but since you have, like, a collective star count anyway, it just gets immediately added right back into things, into your star count. It's hilarious. I missed what this minigame is called, but players have to wave their fans and get their windmills turning so they can power up the shore in the distance. Whoever powers up their bar at the top there first wins. And it looks like that honor goes to Wario and Waluigi. Essentially, you just have to power up your respective windmills so you can meet in the middle somewhere. If one player is better at mashing buttons than the other, then it doesn't necessarily harm your chances of winning. And we're at the last 5 turns already. Yoshi, Daisy, Waluigi, and Wario are in their respective positions. And Wario, down in last place, gets to get a bonus. Blue and red spaces now give and take away triple the regular amount. It's all been tripled. And of course, duels are active. So, a pretty standard last 5 turns goings-on for this particular board. Again, I forgot to read what the Twister Orb does. I remembered it as soon as Daisy went away from it, but there we go. I'll be able to look back on all this and think about fondly of how dumb I was for not paying attention. Daisy rolling her Super Shroom, but then immediately canceling out her Super Shroom when she goes to Chain Chomp here and gets a far inferior roll. But I still think 9 spaces is enough to catch up to the 2 folks in front of her. Just enough. Taking a star from both Wario and Waluigi and putting herself in the lead. A nice move by Daisy. And now, she even gets to duel one of them. Who's she gonna go after? Going after Waluigi. And of course, betting stars. So Waluigi might get his star right back yet again. Wario, not so much. Let's see what duel minigame we will play. We've got an unknown one there. Something's Amiss is our next minigame. And again, I have no idea what this is. We got the spooky trees. I'm assuming looking for something in the mist. Looking for jewels, it looks like. Okay, I think I know this one. You hunt around in the fog, waiting for your controller to rumble, or in this case, wait for the exclamation mark to pop up, to try and find the jewels before your opponent. And first to 3 wins, and there we go. Finish. Waluigi gets his star back. Can't keep a Waluigi down, it seems. You take his star, and he takes it right back from you. Of course, these 3 are pretty well clustered together, so we might be seeing some more duels between them yet. Daisy losing 9 coins because of the last 5 turns event. And Wario, making a fool of me, and using his Super Shroom to get the heck out of here. With a rather impressive 29. Oh, wow. Choosing to head off to the center, paying 10 coins, his last 10 coins, to head inside here and away from the Chain Chomps. But he's totally broke. He can't afford an orb. And he ends up wandering right back out into the line of fire anyway. I'm not really sure what his game plan was there, considering now he is directly in front of a Chain Chomp. Oh, hitting the happening space though, causing a snowball to roll down this way, catching everybody in its grasp, and sending them all back to start. Which does not trigger a duel, surprisingly. Yoshi didn't have enough coins for a Chain Chomp right now anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter too much. But he's also about to hit that happening space. Yep. There's no action time in this Mario Party. You can't jump over that snowball. And everybody is now back at the start. It's Waluigi's turn. It's like the game didn't happen. Getting a Super Shroom orb and putting himself in the line of fire right in front of a Chain Chomp hut. We'll see if anybody can take advantage of that next turn, though. Time for a 1 versus 3 game. What we got? Sink or swim. Okay. Have we seen this one yet? I'm already starting to forget which minigames we've seen. No, I don't think so. Daisy is up top there, dropping mines or spiky what's-its down into the water below, trying to catch the other team off guard. And the other team does occasionally have to come back up for air, which does hinder them a little bit. Waluigi, you might want to swim up, like through them. I think this might be another example of a minigame that changes depending on what time of day it is. I think during the day, the team of 3 is up top, if I'm remembering correctly. I could be wrong, or I could be thinking of a different minigame. But there's several 1 versus 3 minigames like that, I think. Where the roles swap depending on the time of day. And now that daytime is here, the freezies melt and open up all the pathways again. We're on the last 4 turns. Still didn't look at what that twister did. It is a trap. I'm pretty sure when someone walks by it, which we'll see in just a second, it does send them to a different space, I think. Wario tossing down a Podoboo orb. Okay. And, well, he triggers the twister. And yeah, it just sends him to a random space, I think. Wario has no coins. He can't use the Chain Chomp. And Yoshi's turn. Rolling a 3. And hitting that Podoboo, losing the only money he had, but getting 9 coins on the blue space. Waluigi using his Super Shroom Orb. His board does seem to be pretty generous with the Mushroom Orbs. From what I've seen so far. A respectable 18 spaces. And also, buying a Spiny Orb. Okay. And another Super Shroom Orb. How about that? Waluigi cannot afford a Chain Chomp for the standard 20 coin price during the day. Now he can, but it's a moot point. Because it's the end of the turn. Next minigame is Snow World. This one I think is familiar to a lot of people. Players are on their snowboards, and the idea behind this minigame is to get as many complete circles on your snowboard as you can while you're spinning around in the air there. You'd have to hit the buttons in a certain order if you were playing this on a regular controller. And it is hilarious to watch people do, like, I don't know, what's it called? A tool-assisted run of this game? Where basically they can slow the game down and, like, mash the buttons as fast as possible, so they just kind of spin rapidly in a circle and get, like, a million rotations, and it's just funny to watch. Let's see, it looks like we've got a tie for first. Daisy and Wario both win that. Very cool. And let's see what's up next. What sort of craziness we have in store. 3 turns left. Daisy rolling a 4. Not quite back out into the line of fire yet. Wario also with a 4. Stopping by the orb hut, spending most of his money, and getting a Piranha Plant orb. Probably would have saved a little bit of that, Wario. Probably. Yoshi's turn. Rolling a 10, but heading up into the center instead of trying to go to a Chain Chomp, but I guess he didn't have enough money anyway. And Waluigi with those Super Shroom Orbs. Let's see what he gets. Kinda lame. Just an 11. Choosing to deny Chain Chomp of any kind of money. Because, no one's in the line of fire anyway. And he gets another Super Shroom Orb. What is with this board and Super Shroom Orbs? Oh, looks like we're doing another battle, though. Let's see what this one is going to be worth. 20 coins. Not as bad as the 30 coins previously, but still a lot of coins. And let's see which ones they pick this time. Oh, the votes were split, so it ended up going to Hyper Sniper. In this minigame, players are aiming at targets on this moving board, trying to get as many points as possible. The more points that a spot is worth, the smaller of a target it is. And if you shoot a Bowser spot, I'm pretty sure you lose all of your points, so don't do that. The 100 points are, of course, the smallest targets and the hardest to hit, but getting lots of those will guarantee you a good standing in the battle minigame. Let's see. Oh, I don't think it was all of the points, but they lost some of the points. Daisy ends up getting that with Wario in second place. Yeah, I think someone hit a Bowser right at the end there, but they didn't lose all their points. I may have misremembered that. I believe this is Daisy's second battle game win, but everybody gets coins this time. Isn't that nice? With the way things got distributed. Daisy, I think if battle games do count towards the minigame star, which I'm pretty sure they do in this game, I'm pretty sure Daisy is in line to get that right away. She's doing very well for herself right now with lots of coins and 6 stars. Not bad for her first outing into the tournament this time around. And hey, she is our former superstar from Mario Party 5 too. Hey, and it's duel time! Let's see, of course, Wario is dueling for stars, looking to get one of Yoshi's. He may just lose his star again, though. I guess we'll find out. In Black Hole Boogie. Back into space. And swimming away from a black hole. Can you really swim in space? I don't think you can. I don't think there's any, like, way to give yourself momentum. But doesn't stop them from trying. Yoshi ends up getting sucked in, though, and Wario recovers a star. Farewell, Yoshi. I cared for you. But hey, Wario does indeed get a star back. He's not quite back up to 5 yet, but hey, it counts for something. Let's see, Yoshi using a mushroom, okay. Where's he gonna end up? What's he gonna do? Yoshi hasn't been able to really recover much in the way of coins for a while now. Heading back to the center over here and going up a little ways. Waluigi's turn. Using a Super Shroom Orb. What do you know? It's like I'm psychic or something. I knew he would do that. Rolling a 4, a 3, and a 6. A little better than last time. Does not have 20 coins for the Chain Chomp. What do you want to bet he gets another? No, he got a Sluggish Shroom Orb this time. Also equally good. Now, what do you want to bet he buys a Super Shroom Orb? Nope, buying a Piranha Plant. Okay. Waluigi does have a fondness for plant life. Speaking of Piranha Plants, he now has to give half of his coins, or half as much as you can get from 3 coins, to Wario. Our next mini-game, 4-player game. What we got? Smash Dance is our next mini-game. In this minigame, players have to try and ground pound the tiles as they light up. Gradually, they do fade, and if you're not quick to them, you can end up losing out on getting a point. But as they light up, it's usually advisable to try and go for one that's nearby right as it lights up, just to guarantee that you get a point. And of course, it's possible to ground pound on each other and screw each other up like that. If you're a little faster to the ground pound than your opponent, you can end up squishing them and getting the point at the same time. Finish! Or you can end up squishing them after they already got the point. But hey, Yoshi ends up getting that minigame victory there. Very cool. And I believe we are up to the last turn of this round. Yes, indeed, it is nighttime once more. The Freezies are back. The Chain Chomps are hungry. And they have plenty of dice blocks to spare at night. So we'll see how this goes. Daisy's final roll. Not using her orb, rolling a 7. Let's see what she does. Choosing not to try and take the Chain Chomp. I don't think she would have necessarily been able to get to anybody anyway. Wario and Yoshi are both stuck in the center here, and Waluigi's behind her. Wario cannot use the Chain Chomp, or chooses not to use the Chain Chomp, which just put him in a prime spot to have his star stolen. Yep. Yoshi choosing to use the Chain Chomp, paying 20 coins to roll 2 dice blocks. Getting an 8 and a 9, a pretty darn good roll. Doesn't take much to catch up to Wario, though. Losing that star right back to Yoshi. And I don't think Waluigi is going to be in range here. No, not by a long shot. But Yoshi goes back up to 6 stars, and Wario's back down to 3. And the last roll of this preliminary round. Waluigi just tossing down a Piranha Plant capsule because he feels like it, I guess. Does get nice 6 coins out of the deal, though. But even that is not enough to get a Chain Chomp dice block, and he rolled a 1 anyway. So we're up to our final minigame, 1 versus 3. We've got an unknown. Cash Flow is our next minigame. I'll unlock all these minigames yet. Which one is this one? Oh, I do know this minigame. You're going down a big water slide, it looks like. And it's a bonus minigame, so it's just all about gathering coins as you proceed downward. The team of 3 has to work together to gather coins, and it can get knocked out by the spiny shells along the way. But Wario in his protective car does not have to worry as much about that, though I don't think he's as maneuverable. Wario ends up getting a nice 13 coins, while the team of 3 only gets 4, which is kind of on the lame side. But Daisy finishing off with 100 coins and 6 stars. I think it's kind of safe to assume who might be winning here. Alright, a minute. Of course, we have to go on to our bonus stars. Wario, really the only one suffering as far as losing stars is concerned here. And everybody's coins, pretty commanding 100 coin lead with Daisy. And of course, we've got our bonus stars to think of. Let's see, first up is the minigame star. Pretty sure this is going to Daisy. Let's find out though. Yes, indeed. I'm pretty sure battle games do indeed count, which is kind of ridiculous. Next up, the Orb Star. Who used the most orbs this time around? There are 2 Orb Star winners. Daisy and Waluigi. Okay. And lastly, the Action Star. Who landed on the most happening spaces? There are 2 Action Star winners this time around. Wario and Yoshi. Okay. And finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. The winner of this round is... not Wario, not Waluigi. And unfortunately, not Yoshi. The winner is Daisy. Heck yeah. Just what you expect from our current superstar champion. Good job, Daisy. Good job indeed. Yeah, 8 stars and 100 coins. I'd say that's a pretty commanding lead there. Let's see. Yeah, Daisy got 157 coins from minigames just because of those battle minigames. That's pretty ridiculous, honestly. Let's see. She and Waluigi used 5 orbs. Take a look around here. 1 happening space for Wario and Yoshi. 2 dual spaces. And again, no Miracle, Bowser, or Donkey Kong spaces this time around. There's not that many of them on the board, so you don't usually see them, like, all the time. But still, it's a little disappointing when none of these guys end up showing up. Doesn't help that the Donkey Kong spaces and the Bowser spaces are technically the same space, too. And hey, we got 25 stars in the star bank. Getting stars for the star bank, if you're ever playing this game yourself, played a lot of rounds on Snowflake Lake. For some reason, it's extremely generous as far as giving you stars is concerned. I don't really understand why. That's how I managed to unlock the things I need to unlock to do this tournament. But anyway, that's going to call it for right now. Thank you very much for watching the Mario Party 6 CPU tournament. This is your good friend Sparky signing off, and I'll catch you later.